Have you ever caught yourself hesitating before stepping off a curb, or reaching for a railing that you used to ignore without even thinking about it? Maybe you walk a little slower than you used to, especially on uneven ground. Maybe you avoid certain shoes now, or maybe you've had a small stumble recently that shook your confidence more than you expected. Balance changes quietly. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't send a warning letter. One day you simply realize that you are thinking about every step, and that fear, that tiny whisper of "what if I fall," can slowly grow louder. But here is something deeply important I want you to hear. Balance is not luck. It is not something only naturally athletic people have. It is not a gift that disappears forever once you pass a certain birthday. Balance is a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained, strengthened, and rebuilt. Whether you are 45, 65, 75, or well into your 80s, your body is still capable of learning. Your nervous system is still capable of adapting. Your muscles are still capable of waking up. Today we are going to do something powerful together. First, we are going to gently test where your balance stands right now. Not to judge yourself, not to compare yourself to anyone else, but to understand your starting point. After that, we will move through a series of exercises that will reawaken muscles that may have been quiet for years, muscles that are essential for standing tall, turning safely, and walking confidently. Before we begin, I want you to promise me one thing. Safety comes first. Even if you feel steady, even if you think, "I've got this," stand near a wall, stand in a corner if possible, or place a sturdy chair in front of you. This is not about proving anything. This is about training smart. If at any point you feel dizzy or unstable, hold on immediately. There is no prize for pushing through discomfort. Let's begin with our first simple test. Stand tall. Bring one foot directly in front of the other so that the heel of your front foot touches the toes of your back foot. Imagine you are standing on a tightrope. This position narrows your base of support. It forces your brain and your small stabilizing muscles to work together. Arms can extend slightly to the sides if needed. Focus your eyes on a fixed point in front of you, not on the floor, not moving your head around. Ready? Now simply hold. You may feel your ankles making tiny adjustments. That subtle swaying, that's your body trying to find equilibrium. Those tiny movements are your stabilizing muscles communicating with your brain. Keep breathing. Do not hold your breath. If you need to grab support, do it. Note how many seconds you held, and relax. Now, let's try something slightly more challenging. Stand next to your wall or chair. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Slowly lift your right foot off the floor. Bend it gently at the knee. You don't need to lift it high, just enough so that you are standing on one leg. Notice how quickly your standing leg activates. You might feel a small tremble. That tremble is not weakness. It is awakening. It is muscle fibers engaging that may not have been called upon regularly. Keep breathing. If your lifted foot touches down or you grab the wall, that's your time. Switch legs if you feel safe enough to do so. When you finish, take a moment. How did that feel? Maybe you were surprised by how steady you felt, or maybe you were surprised by how difficult it was. Either way, this is information, not a verdict, not a label, just a starting point. Now we begin the rebuilding. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Place one hand lightly on your chair or wall. Pull your shoulders gently back and down. Engage your abdomen slightly, as if you are bracing gently for a cough. Not rigid, just supportive. Slowly lift your right knee forward. Move slowly, as if you are lifting through thick water. Pause for 1 second at the top. Now lower it slowly, even slower than you lifted it. The lowering is where strength builds. Switch sides. Lift, pause, lower with control. Many people rush this movement. They lift quickly and drop quickly, but balance is built in slow control. Imagine there is a string pulling you upward from the top of your head. Keep your hips level. Avoid leaning. Repeat this movement several times on each side. You may notice that one side feels more stable than the other. That is normal. Our bodies are rarely perfectly symmetrical. Now let's wake up the side hip muscles. These are critical for preventing side-to-side falls. Turn sideways to your support. Stand tall. Lift your outside leg straight out to the side. Keep the knee straight. Do not lean your torso. Lift only as high as you can while staying upright. Pause briefly. Lower slowly. Feel the side of your hip working. That muscle is responsible for stabilizing your pelvis every time you take a step. If that muscle is weak, your hips sway excessively when you walk. That sway increases your risk of tripping. Slowly repeat. Switch sides. Remember, smaller controlled movements are more effective than big sloppy ones. Now let's move down to the ankles. Stand facing your chair and hold it lightly. Rise slowly onto your toes. Feel your calf muscles engage. Pause briefly at the top. Lower slowly back to flat feet. Now gently rock back onto your heels, lifting your toes. This movement may feel simple, but your calves play a powerful role in circulation and balance. They are sometimes called the second heart, because when they contract, they help push blood back up toward your heart against gravity. Rise, lower, rock back, slow and steady. Avoid bouncing, avoid jerking. Now I want you to try something that challenges coordination. Stand near your support. Shift your weight onto your left leg. With your right foot, tap the floor lightly in front of you. Return. Tap out to the side. Return. Now carefully cross your right foot in front of your left leg and tap the floor on the other side. Return. Forward, side, cross. This pattern trains your brain to manage complex foot placements. Many falls happen when we turn quickly or step across our body. Your brain must know exactly where your feet are in space. This awareness is called proprioception. Repeat several times, then switch legs. It may feel awkward. That is good. Awkward means your nervous system is learning. Now for our final movement. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width. Knees soft. Let your arms hang loosely. Gently shift your weight from right to left, like a slow pendulum. Do not lift your feet, just shift your weight. Feel how your weight moves across the soles of your feet. Now, if you feel safe and stable, close your eyes. Immediately you will feel the difference. When your eyes close, your body must rely on internal signals from your joints and inner ear. Keep shifting slowly. If you feel unsteady, open your eyes immediately or hold support. This simple exercise trains your vestibular system, the balance center inside your inner ear. After about 30 seconds, open your eyes, take a breath, notice how you feel. Balance training is not about intensity, it is about consistency. 15 minutes a day can create remarkable change over a few weeks. You may begin to notice that you walk more confidently, that stairs feel less intimidating, that you stop scanning the ground quite as anxiously. And perhaps most importantly, your fear begins to shrink, because here is something that is rarely talked about. The fear of falling can be just as limiting as falling itself. When we fear falling, we move less. When we move less, our muscles weaken. When muscles weaken, balance worsens, and the cycle continues. But today, you interrupted that cycle. You stood up, you tested yourself, you moved with intention. That matters. Your body is adaptable. At any age, your brain can build new neural connections, your muscles can grow stronger, your coordination can improve, but it requires one thing above all else: repetition. Gentle, steady repetition. There is no need for extremes, no need for complicated equipment, just a wall, a chair, and your willingness. So tomorrow, do this again, and the next day, and the next. Track your progress. Notice when the trembling becomes smaller. Notice when your one-leg stance lasts a few seconds longer. Celebrate small wins, because small wins compound. One day you may step off a curb and realize you didn't hesitate. One day you may walk downstairs without gripping the railing tightly. One day you may feel lighter on your feet. That confidence is not random, it is built, and you are building it right now. Stand tall, move gently, be patient with yourself. Your balance is not gone, it is waiting to be trained, and you are absolutely capable of reclaiming it.